today we're going to do something that I'm really very excited about. We are going to do an Afro wig. There are a lot of techniques involved in this, and we're going to give you 4 variations of this look. The first thing I'm going to show you is how we perm our wig. And secondly, I'm going to show you how we use synthetic hair to create these extra shapes and elongate what we've done. Thirdly, I am going to add additions to the wig, which are going to make the wig feel very ornate. And lastly, I'm going to flock it. This is something I'm constantly using and I've developed with my editorial shoots. What we're going to do, we're going to tie this onto our frame here. We're going to tie it very, very close to the root area, right? Because we really don't want our ball to move. We want it to be as secure as possible. So I'm going to open this little baby up, and I'm going to, if you look very closely, I'm going to tie this as close to that base as possible. And now we're going to double knot that. As you can see, this is really secure. What we're doing is we are threading this inside here underneath to create even more support and volume. As you can see, right, this is really going to support this top area. Just to make real sure, just to totally anchor this in, I'm going to pop a big pin in there, a couple of big pins either side of that, just so it's really as close to the base as possible. Pop it in, you can feel the scalp, and then slide the pin in. This is beautiful and secure. We're adding another little ball just to create even more height and volume, and we're going to place a ball inside here to fill this area. So I come here, I slide the ball down, and I'm going to push the ball as low as possible. And now we come again and we're going to stitch another ball to here. I mean, the really great thing about this, right, is that you can create so many shapes and have so much fun. I mean, you can either leave these as balls or you can incorporate them into a really beautiful clippered shape. Personally, I particularly love the fact that they feel as if they're components. As you can see, right, we've got this unfeasibly large shape here, and we're literally going to cut it down with these unfeasibly large scissors. What we want to do is we want to create this really beautiful elongated conical shape. So I'm just going to come in and really just start the ball as I mean to go on. And I'm literally working back into my shape. We're doing this really quite roughly just so we can get something beautiful. I love this. You can really be quite aggressive and quite assertive with this. It's great. It's a great hairstyle to do. And already we can see it's beginning to take shape. I actually really like to work around this like very loosely and just keep working around so I'm not concentrating on one area. So I've got a real understanding of a shape, you know, and whilst I'm doing it, I'm constantly looking at where this shape is from the head. Obviously, we are not looking for too much hair here. We really want to cut this area down because we want this hairstyle to flow back from the forehead. So I can see already, right, I need to go even further, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And I really can't stress, right, how important it is to always step back from your work and look at it just to see how it's working in proportion. I mean, you could say this hairstyle is almost like topiary, you know, the cutting of bushes and plants. I remember once I did something for Nick Knight on a show studio where we turned a young fashion designer called Gareth Pugh into a poodle. We literally made a chest wig for him. We did like these pom-poms, even these pom-poms on the paws, and it was like really quite an amazing shoot. So this kind of idea can really evolve and become lots of different things. I mean, we don't necessarily need to cut this shape in there. We can do many different shapes. And we're just going to come round to the back area. And if I look, I'm literally going to have to come from here and almost eliminate all of this here. And also the thing about cutting afro hair is as you're cutting it and you cut it, it actually expands again. So you can see I'm literally just working really very methodically, and I'm not working at a real fast pace because it really does take time to build something like this. It's not something that's so easy. We're looking at Hassan's jawline, and we literally want to follow this jawline back into this haircut. I love it where lines continue and they move, even though they move from one area to another. I'm really into that, like this jawline moving up here, and then this jawline extending back, and it's working its way into hair. I love that. I love the idea of flowing in hairstyles. So as you can see, I'm literally really just coming in and cutting this. Right, so as you see, we've cut the shape down quite roughly, and now I'm going to come into it with the clippers just to really fine tune everything. I can see right straight away there are areas that I need to work on. I mean, get Hassan to turn his head here. Obviously, this area needs to come down. So does this. This line needs to continue. This is maybe a little too large, but we can take that down and literally clean up all of this area. Now we have our rough shape. What I'm actually going to do now is blend our wig into our synthetic hairpiece. I'm just making sure I have all of these little synthetic balls out of the hair before I even go anywhere. You may be thinking that this is really a very graphic, very hard shape, but what we're going to do is we're literally going to pull some of this hair over here, and you will find that the shape will soften, but it will still have a graphic quality. I'm being very careful not to cut Hassan's hair. My inspiration for this was actually it wasn't inspiration, it was just something I ended up doing on a shoot for British Vogue with a really very talented young photographer called Raphael Pavarotti. And all I wanted to do was I just wanted to extend a natural afro and create a more beautiful shape. Obviously, I really have taken this much further than that. So if you can see now, right, I'm almost going to treat this area in front of our shape as a veil. And I'm literally just going to stretch this hair up and just pin it. In order to get it to stick, I'm going to use some hairspray, and this will hold the real hair into our synthetic fibres. I'm not going to spray the hair, I'm literally going to spray our hairpiece and really get it quite wet. So this hair really does stick to it. As you can see, it really is sticking. I'm going to spray that again with our amazing Kuna hairspray and spray it really so this synthetic hair is really quite wet. And then literally going to pick this hair up in my hands, this thick veil, and pull it out and push it back and squash it into our shape.